There is there was an Israeli social psychologist that created these cartoon cards, no words on them, just pictures. They would hand them to couples who were going through counseling or dealing with grief in some cases, and they would have them use as a medium to be able to discuss. And people said it was incredibly effective beyond just sitting there and talking. It was, so I was struck by that. You just kind of reminded me of that story. All right. There are plenty of other questions, but we're running short on time. Not a surprise because there's so much to talk about, but I did promise that we were going to play a speed round. So Tom, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put up on the screen in just a moment a series of cartoons. You're the cartoonist, so you might recognize them. I'm going to ask you to give me 30 seconds or less. What's the headline? Not what it says, but like what's the takeaway? How does it connect with maybe kind of business culture and what's going on today? How's that sound?
Sounds great.
You ready? All right. I'm going to bring it up on the screen right here for us right now. So first cartoon, here we go. We need to stay focused on our marketing priorities and not get distracted. Whoops, I went backwards. Sorry there. I got distracted. We need to stay focused on our marketing priorities and not get distracted by every shiny new, look, squirrel. What's this all about, Tom?
This is one of my favorites, actually.
I really love dogs.
This is one of the ones I actually have framed on my wall because I can't remember when I drew it, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. But it's one of those that I try to draw cartoons that are kind of evergreen, that the issues never get old. And I think there's always a new squirrel. I can't even remember what squirrel was on the horizon at the time that I drew this cartoon. But last year it might have been NFTs. It's constant, and I feel like in business, but marketers in particularly, we're attuned to what's happening outside, which is great. The challenge is how do you stay focused on your strategy and pay attention to those things, but not have the distracting squirrels become your strategy.
I love the LCD projector looks relatively modern there, so it doesn't feel like it's that dated. So that was a nice LCD the dogs are using. All right, next one. This is one of my all-time favorites, Tom. We have to do more with less. I felt like you must have written this like in the past few weeks, but this isn't new, is it?
No, this might even go back to 2008, to be honest. When I was living in London, I was helping launch the European business for an American business. So we had this bootstrapped satellite office, and I was the general manager of it. And 2008 happened, and we were launching in a totally new market, and we were told we had to be self-funding within a year. And it was a heavy lift, a big ask. And so the more with less was definitely something that was said to us on more than one occasion. And so that was, I think a lot of my cartoons, like I said, were like a diary. I definitely felt like somebody trying to make things happen with very limited resources then.
I feel so bad for that guy. They didn't even give him a shirt. That poor guy.